Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. Today is Thursday. It is March the 10th, National Blueberry Popover Day. Ooh, that sounds yummy. It's also National Mario Day, National Pack Your Lunch Day, National Women and Girls HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, and it is World Kidney Day. So a lot of stuff going on today.
I guess so.
And it is it's a Thursday, so we have a Dear John letter. And our Dear John letter today, there's really not a question involved. It's a very long post that was sent to me, a very long paragraph, and it even says in there, not really a question, but it's really worth reading.
Okay.
I have it posted, and you can chime in, certainly give advice, if you've got ideas on how this young lady, tired mom, could maybe benefit from some advice, you can find it at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Are you one of the 94% of employees who plan workations in 2022? Let me explain what that is. Nowadays, many Americans want to mix travel and work to explore a new place without taking time off. We've surveyed, not me, these people did, surveyed 1,000 Americans, and here's what they found. Most Americans, 67%, went on a workation to recharge their mental and emotional batteries versus 57% who travel to escape the routine and enjoy a change of scenery. 86% of employees agree or strongly agree that a workation boosted their productivity. As many as 56% of respondents identified maintaining a work-life balance as the workation challenge. And then I've got a link to the complete study. So here's what a workation is. If you can work remotely from home, you can work remotely from some fascinating place.
That makes sense.
So there are people going, I'm going to do the fascinating place for a bit. So interesting stuff. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know attractive people have better immune systems? That's why Heidi's never sick. According to a new study published by the academic journal Proceedings of the Royal Society B, researchers recruited 150 women and men and had their photos rated by 500 volunteers. The researchers then collated those ratings and cross-examined them with the results of blood tests. They found that more attractive participants' blood was found to have better functioning immunity processes. What does this mean? As the study lead put it, people who go out to a bar looking to talk to someone attractive are often dismissed as being shallow and told it's not all about looks, but they are really just following their instincts to find high-quality mates.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I don't know. I don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Usually art imitates life, but for Molly Ringwald, life imitated art. She recently turned 54, and she shared online that she reached out to her mother, and she was talking to her mother on her birthday, and her mother never mentioned her birthday. Well, she happens to be the star of a film from 1984 by the name of 16 Candles, where her mother and her father and her whole family forgot it was her birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
And it really happened on her 54th birthday. So, Stranger Things, one of the Netflix popular series.
I remember that show.
It is going to hit season 5 and conclude. Now, here's the thing. I thought Stranger Things was
I thought
done.
it was done a long time ago.
Yeah, we watched it quite a while ago. It says
I didn't.
7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc, and they were predicting it was going to last 5 seasons, and then it went to, or 4 seasons rather, then it went to 5. So anyway, March, let's see here. Now, first part will premiere May 27th. And Johnny Depp was awarded a Medal of Honor recently. Where is this in? Belgrade? I don't know. I've got the details here. There's a lot, and I don't have time. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Experts say that climate change is forcing animals to adapt unusual ways. So this is from an associate professor of ecology and evolutionary biology at the University of California, LA. Got all that?
Sure.
They say a lot of different species are adapting. So here are some of the things that they're doing. Some are moving from one place to another. When things get too hot, they're just moving to a place where it's not too hot. Breeding habits are changing. Seasonal things like the time that they do things. And then there's other changes that have been observed in animals. And here's one of them. Albatross penguins, famous for mating for life, are seeing higher divorce rates as, as temperatures are getting. Researchers call this the first evidence of significant influence.
Oh, my. Okay.
Divorce rates among penguins. Polar bears are inbreeding. They say that it has something to do with this. Mm-hmm. And then, what else do we have here? Birds in the Amazon are shrinking. So because of hotter, drier climates, some birds have lost as much as 2% of their body weight since 1980. Scientists say a smaller body size allows the bird to dissipate heat more effectively. Birds are thought of by experts as overall indicators of health of our ecosystem. So I've got more information if you want to read all the details. It's in the show notes for today. So if I'm reading this correctly, if I would go to the Amazon, I would lose like 2% of my body weight.
I think it's pretty great that
I was trying to think of how much that would be. It would be a significant loss.
That animals were divinely created well enough to be able to adapt to any changes that are coming their way. So I take that as a good thing.
I think so too. So I'm just saying we should move to the Amazon, and I would lose.
Sure.
What would 2% of my body weight be?
I don't know.
Let's just say I'm an even 300 pounds. I think I'm a little over that, but let's just say what's 2% of that?
I don't know, John.
Would
I'm not going to do math for you on the radio for something so silly.
I think that's only 6 pounds, so it's probably not worth moving for all of that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDvacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at gmdvacations.com.
Time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right, I got this Dear John letter the other day, and I just want to say thank you to Tired Mom. I actually know this young lady, and she is a sweetheart. Wonderful, wonderful, nice young lady. We always keep it anonymous, so I'm not saying who it is, but I'm going to read this to you. Here we go. Dear John, I don't usually like to air dirty laundry in public, but I can't continue to keep quiet about this anymore. I'm so tired of being told I don't work. I'm so tired of people expecting me to drop everything because I don't work. I'm tired of people expecting me to respond right this minute because I don't work. I'm just tired of the stigma that a stay-at-home parent and a full-time caregiver receives. I work 24/7, 365, every day of the year. I don't get weekends off. I love all of my children more than I can ever tell you, but I'm tired. I have one child with special needs. Her care takes the bulk of my day. If she wakes in the middle of the night, I sit with her. If she has a seizure, I give her meds. If she's agitated, I try to soothe her. I pretty much take naps throughout the night to make sure she has everything she needs. I really shouldn't have to explain myself ever. What I do during the day is no one's business. I know I don't work outside the home, but I do much more than sit around all day long. It's hard being a mom, period. It's hard to be a working mom, I'm sure. And I'm sure it's hard to be a single mom. It's also hard to be a stay-at-home mom. It's all hard. Please just stop assuming that because I'm home all day, that I'm always available to jump up and make sure your needs are met. Luckily, I have a pretty amazing support group, and I do have some respite care, so I can breathe here and there. I also have an amazing partner who's always by my side, making sure I take care of myself, too, and that I have all the support in the world, no matter what. Being a mama of a medically fragile child is so much more than just being home. It's very isolating. You lose a lot of people that you thought were your friends because you can't just go like you used to. You think I should do it differently? Come show me how that works. I'm exhausted, and I'm so tired of hearing you don't work just because I don't get paid. It doesn't mean anything. There's no question here, really. Just be kind to us medical parents. You have no clue what we're dealing with. Thank you for reading this very long rant. This wasn't directed to anyone in particular, but if you feel it was directed toward you, you may be part of the problem. Thank you all for being part of this journey with me, no matter what. Signed, Tired Mom. So here's the thing I'm going to say. If you, when I was reading that, thought of somebody who might be going through something like this, reach out to that person and say, hey, how can I help? Is there something I can do? And we probably all know somebody who maybe is not in this exact same situation, but we know somebody who's in a situation. And I have a younger sister that there was a time where she was a single mother. And my beautiful bride, Heidi, and I would watch my nephew. And we have such a great bond with him now because of that time we spent when he was just a little boy. And we would say, hey, take the night off. Bring him over. We'll hang out with him. And again, we have an amazing bond with him because of that. Yep. I wouldn't give that up for the world. So again, I love the fact that she sent this and she's like, it's not a question. I don't even know.
Comment.
I don't even know if you want to read it for a Dear John letter, but she had posted something like this on Facebook as well. And there were some great comments on that. And I thought, you know what? I am going to use this. I put it on our Facebook page earlier this week. If it means something to you and if you have a message for her, that would be cool if you'd want to chime in. That's at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. But again, what I would do is if while I was reading that, if there was somebody that popped in your mind that you were thinking about, reach out to that person and just say, hey, anything I can help with? You know, it could be as simple as coming over and watching a kiddo for a little bit or bringing something to them if they need it. I mean, it's really simple stuff. Wouldn't you agree, Heidi?
Sure. Yeah.
And when I met Heidi, she was a single mom. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy thing to be a single mom, to be a stay-at-home mom. In this case, to be a stay-at-home mom with a child that has medical needs. So again, if there's something that you can do and you thought of somebody while that was being read, I would say, hey, you know what? Follow your heart. Reach out to that person and see how you can help. If you would like to have a Dear John letter, usually they're questions, so it was a little different that there was no question this week. But if you would like to reach out with a question that we can answer, we would love to do that. You can submit that right at the bottom of our page at johnandheidishow.com, or you can send it to us through our Facebook page as well. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The tutara is a lizard native to New Zealand, and it has a third eye on the top of its head.
Oh, cool.
That would just be weird, a little eye up there. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In Switzerland, it is illegal to urinate standing up in an apartment building after 10 p.m.
What?
They don't want others disturbed by unnecessarily tinkling noises. In Switzerland.
Okay.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Wow.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The human brain has the capacity to store everything that you experience. Everything. Stores it all. That's a lot of capacity.
I never thought about it, but I always assumed that it did.
All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The term brain freeze was invented by 7-Eleven. The people who made the Slurpee.
The Slurpee.
Yeah, caused brain freeze. Now, the phenomenon was happening already, but they just coined that term.
They
and
named
finally, fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A surfer once sued another surfer for, quote, stealing his wave. Wow. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Now, the question of the day comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. If you're following us on Facebook, you might have already seen this question. I'm going to try really hard to post the question in advance. And then people can kind of guess. And then they can find out the answer here on the radio or in the show notes on the actual day. So here's our question. I'm going to ask Heidi first. I don't tell Heidi the answer, by the way. So, Heidi, question of the day. Men spend about 42 minutes more than women each week doing this. What do you think it is? Any idea?
Eating.
Oh, I did tell you this one, didn't I? That's not what you guessed the original time, though. She said in the bathroom.
I said in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, it is eating. That is the answer. So it's on our Facebook page. Now, on our
I don't tell Heidi.
No, I don't.
I
Well,
told
I'm not
Heidi.
going to. But I did tell her. This was our first one. I was just saying, you think this would be interesting? You can share that. It's on our Facebook page. It doesn't have the answer there, but the answer is in the show notes each day at johnandheidishow.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, a museum security guard. Oh, this guy's in so much trouble. He was so bored on his first day of work and his last day of work. He ruined $1 million painting. There was some faceless figures depicted in artwork called Three Figures, painted in the 1930s, displayed at the Boris Yeltsin Presidential Center in Russia. Someone noted that, wait a minute, the three faceless figurines now have faces. 2 of them had small dots for eyes. They checked the security camera, and this unnamed security guard who was there on his first day got bored, drew some eyes on the painting. The man, who worked for a private security company, is the keyword, has since been fired and faces jail time and faces a fine. So what were you thinking?
That is horrible.
Yeah, that's your weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Here are benefits of drinking coffee. This is a good list. This is maybe my favorite list thus far. It'll add years to your life. They say it lowers the risk of death from a variety of common afflictions, including diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and cancer. 18% decrease in mortality for those who drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day. So it can't be like unlimited coffee, but 2 to 3. Also, improves test performance and alertness. Just by its smell, a study of business students writing an exam in a coffee-scented room scored higher than people in an unscented room.
I do love the smell of coffee.
The smell of coffee has been found to add an extra layer of confidence for test takers and may help employees feel more enthusiastic at work and be more productive. Also, it burns fat. It can make desserts taste better and sweeter.
Agreed.
And coffee can improve sports performance. So instead of dumping Gatorade, maybe we'll see them dump a big old pot of coffee.
All right.
Probably not. You can read all the details of the list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDvacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at GMDvacations.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Here's the way this usually works. I tell you who the quote is and where it's from. It's usually like an actor or an actress, and it's from a movie. I'm not doing that today. I'm going to see if Heidi can tell us.
Okay.
Because she can. All right, here's the quote. To call you stupid would be an insult to stupid people. End quote.
Okay, hold on. I can see him saying it too.
Oh, it's a she. She said it to a he.
A fish called Wanda.
Yes. Yeah, Wanda
Jamie Lee
said
Curtis.
It. Jamie Lee Curtis said that in A Fish Called Wanda. That is one of Heidi's favorite movies. Is it your favorite?
It is one of my top.
Is it the favorite or one of the top favorites?
I think I'm tied for first place with A Fish Called Wanda, yes.
And what's the other one?
The Burbs.
Oh, yeah, they're both good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so Jamie Lee Curtis is the one who said it. To call
Brilliant
you
movie.
Would be
If you've never seen it,
people.
you must see it.
It really is a funny movie. All right. Your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. A group of teenagers decided they could help solve the shortage of emergency workers in their small town by becoming EMTs.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Like many rural areas, Sackett's Harbor, New York, relies entirely on volunteer EMTs. That's emergency medical technicians.
Right.
Which it usually would say that before they just throw letters in here. The pandemic caused a shortage as the older volunteers were no longer able to volunteer. In New York, 17-year-olds can become an EMT. And people even younger than that can serve as an EMT assistant. That's all the teens needed to hear. They quickly signed up for training, knowing they would be giving up some free time with friends, maybe even some extracurricular activities, but all of this could help save lives. Once their training was complete, these amazing teens immediately went to work, helping their neighbors with everything from chest pains to falls, even though sometimes when they respond to a call, the first thing they hear is, wait a minute, how old are you?
How old are you?
Did you ever get that at any of your jobs where people didn't think you were quite qualified because you looked way too young?
No, I never had jobs that needed much skill.
I had that happen to me often. I can think of 3 jobs where when I started working there, one was I was a photographer at a newspaper when I was 16, but I looked like I was 12. I went in to get my paycheck, and the lady said, "Which route do you have?" She thought I had a paper route. I was like, "Oh, hey, no, I'm a photographer." So, no, that is very cool. I love that. So hats off to these youngsters. And that's something, I don't know what the rules are around here about being an EMT, but
I have no idea.
If there are groups that are looking for young people to become EMTs, you should reach out and reach out to maybe the schools and say, hey, these kids in Sackett's Harbor, New York did it. And I have a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.